Now, welcome back. HR expert Louisa Meehan has stayed with us to answer all of your questions.
I'm actually getting irate at one of these. Louisa, I work in retail and I love my job. But recently we got a new manager and it's safe to say we do not get on. I'm in my 60s, he's in his 30s. He started to make ageist remarks in front of co-workers. Like when I leave, he asked me, "What's for dinner in the nursing home tonight?" And when he asked me to do something, he will say, "At your age," write everything down. I've asked him to stop, but he thinks he's being funny and continue. Should I take this to HR? I feel like I would get the sack. I want to shake him. Sorry.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And actually, in this situation, he's already gone and had a conversation directly. So I do think he needs to escalate it. I think that you do bring this to HR and you shouldn't be in any way worried about getting the sack, because that should not happen because you're raising these issues at all. That would be retaliation.
Yeah.
100%. We're talking about a country and a world where people are A, living longer, but B, we're talking about the pension age, the pension age being hired
67.
up, and
so,
kind of saying you're in your 60s so I can take the pee out of you.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, sometimes people will take the pee out of themselves and then you can have a bit of back and forth. But this isn't what that is. This is different.
Not that what it is. Obviously, there's workplace banter, right?
Banter is different to this.
Totally.
Completely different. If they've brought it to your attention already and they've asked you to politely stop, you
then
need
you
to
stop.
This is
follow the
demeaning.
lead.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
If I tell you that you're upsetting me, then don't upset me.
Yeah, so they basically need to escalate it to HR.
I would escalate it to
without
HR.
a doubt.
100%.
Oh my God, when he first started, I'd have been in this, especially if it's a new fella coming in. You know what I mean? And I've been there a while. I'd be like, not a chance, sweetheart.
No.
But I feel like I'd get the sack. No,
you're
you
grand,
can't.
you're good.
Not over raising an issue like that. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Someone I work with constantly comments on when I log on and off, or asks why I've blocked time out in my calendar, is starting to feel like I've being monitored. What's the best way to address it?
Depends who the somebody is. If the somebody is your boss, answer their question. If the somebody is your peer, then I would handle it in one of two ways. I would probably just completely ignore them and not answer it. Or if you do want to deal with it, I would have a conversation over a cup of tea. You're asking me these questions. It doesn't make sense to me why you are. Can you please stop? It's not your business how I'm doing my work.
What if they're... OK, so this is just a follow-on, and I'm not saying that you do this at all, but talking to mates like this, that you can see when people are on and offline and blocking whatever. And one friend in particular, she's getting really annoyed at a co-worker. She's like, she's not doing anything. Like, she's not doing... Like, I know that she's not doing anything. So in that regard, she does feel like she wants to email her and say, why aren't you doing this?
So
that's... different.
And it is really tricky, and your co-workers can tell if you're not doing your job. But in a situation like that, rather than confronting somebody directly, if you're not their manager, I would have a conversation with your manager in a one-to-one and say, I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of inactivity with, Myrne.
Right.
Can you please address that? Because it's putting a lot more work on me.
Right.
Because that's the thing, the higher-ups tend not to notice these issues as much as your peers would.
I would be cautious. So people perceive that people don't notice. Yes. Managing these issues takes time. So you could have a peer who's going through a performance improvement plan, who is having really difficult conversations that you know nothing about. So your manager could be dealing with it, but they can't tell you that they're dealing with it.
Well, my friend got asked recently, she doesn't like to put her camera on in her Zoom calls, and sometimes she might be in the kitchen.
I get
her
that.
partner might be about, and then someone messaged her. Someone on our team had just said, why is your camera always off?
Yeah, but it's actually, in a Zoom meeting, if there's 20, 30, 40 people and your camera's off, fine. If it's, 5, 10 people and you're supposed to be having a conversation, it can be quite off-putting to the others. So blurring your background is important. And actually, with remote working, most people should be remote working in a situation where they are in a private space, so that you can have your camera on.
Rather than doing the washing and the cleaning. And
exactly. And you shouldn't be talking about work with your spouse listening to what you're talking about.
I love this. Is it inappropriate to sign off my work emails with an X? In my workplace, some of the younger staff do this. I'm in my 60s, and although we work in a very easygoing office, I wonder, is this a step too far?
A kiss is probably a bit too much, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm fond of an X.
I'm a bit conflicted with this one. Like, I've done that a couple of times with people that I know really, really well through work, but there would be a friendship. I think if you're in doubt, it's inappropriate.
If in doubt, leave it out.
If in doubt, leave it out. So you have to be really confident.
But is it just the changing mores of 100%. The workplace? Because before it would have been dear sir or madam. Now it's like, how are you?
Hey,
it's shifting massively.
Right.
But even, if I text my kids a message now and the answer back is as simple as okay, They say K because putting 2 letters in is too complicated.
It's too complicated.
So the way that we're communicating is changing, and it is much more informal. I think you should be very cautious. Like anything that you're putting in writing, are you happy with what you've put in writing being on the front page of the Irish Times? I'm not really sure that you want to be sending kisses to your workplace colleagues and having it on the front page of the Irish Times.
Only on a Monday. You know when you've had
a
a weekend and then just to see an X at the end of an email on a Monday, it's a bit of a hug.
Do other people do that? 0896 111 111. I don't think I've ever put the X.
WhatsApps, I do. Work WhatsApps. Like if someone's WhatsApping me relating to work, they're getting a kiss. Because it doesn't really mean a kiss. It's
but
more
that's
of a...
his personality.
See, have you not got a kiss yet, Muireann?
No.
Muireann, you're always getting kisses in my messages.
Kisses.
Someone else said, I sit beside someone who interrupts me all day with questions that could easily have been an email. I don't want to seem rude, but it's killing my productivity. What can I say?
So I've been the person doing the interrupting. And what my manager did at the time, he was really good. I was very early in my career. And he was like, it's an open door policy. Come and ask me questions. So I did exactly that. I went and asked him questions. And after a while, he said, Louisa, there's too many questions. Can you put the questions together and come and book a half an hour with me? We'll go through all of the questions once a day or put it in an email. So I think you just have a conversation and say, happy to deal with the questions, but being interrupted every 20 minutes isn't working for me. So how do we condense it?
Absolutely. OK, thank you so much, HR expert Louisa Meehan. Thank you so much for joining us.